Jai Hind everyone. My name is Neharika Tripathi, working as assistant professor in AKGC Engineering College and CSC department. Today, I will be discussing about the topic big data. Basically, this is a topic in data science, third year, 6M, big data analytics, subject code KDS 601. So today we are going to only discuss about the introduction. What is big data and what is this architecture? What architecture is being followed for handling this big data? So first of all, what is data? So in the previous sem also we have discussed about data analytics. Data. What is a data? Data is any raw fact or information that is in unorganized form. That is the data. Now next is what is big data? Big data is a term that is used to describe the collection of the data that is very huge in size. That is very huge in size. Like we can say that in the internet we are using a data that is very large. You can see it is in petabytes of data, petabytes of data, gigabytes of data. Such a huge type of data is very difficult to handle. So we use big data analytics to handle such type of data. So here some of the examples of big data are the stock exchange data, like in the share market a lot of big data is being used in the in today's era. We are using the internet, and one of the best example of big data is YouTube videos. We are many of the users are using the videos, are accessing the videos, so that is an example of big data. Or the data that is available on the social media sites is also an best example of big data. So what are the characteristics? What type? Why do we need what is the characteristics of this big data? There are 5 V's. V's means the 5 V's, or we can say the major characteristics of big data. So first is the volume. So volume means the size of the data. In today's era, large number of data exists in this around and over the internet, and this is very big in size. So the size volume means the main issue comes when we have to see that what kind of data we need to consider as a big data. So that is the volume, the data that is in the form of petabytes or terabytes. That is only a big data, not the values having the less than terabytes is a big data. So the value or the volume means the size of the data. Now next is the velocity. Now velocity means the speed. Velocity, how fast the data is being produced over the internet. We can say in a second over the internet the data is being produced in a second, is coming in seconds or milliseconds. So that is speed or velocity. The data coming from various sources is coming in a very fast speed. So there is a need to handle such type of big data. So third V is variety. Variety means different sources, different forms of data. First of all, I want to discuss about what are the various types of data that exist over the internet. So it can be in the form of structured data, or structured data can be data in the table, in the form of table, or you can say that is structured that is having the data of the RDBMS, that is, or we can say database management system or SQL data, that is a structured data because it comes in it follows a structure, proper structure, or you can say it follows a tabular structure. So that is a structured data. Next is the unstructured data. Now unstructured data is a data that is not having any proper format. It can be image, it can be video, it can be text data. No particular format is being followed in the structured data. So in the internet, the data is coming in an unstructured format. The maximum data is coming in unstructured data. Now next is the semi-structured data. Now semi-structured means that the data that follows the structured format as well as the unstructured format. For example, in the email, we have a structure also. Like we first of all, whenever we are writing an email, first is we write title, subject, body. So that is a proper structure is being followed. But when we write the content in the body or the message in the body, we don't follow any structure. We can add image also, we can add any PDF file also, we can add a doc file also. So no structure is being followed. So that is a structured data. So basically the variety means there are different forms of data exist in the internet. That is and the data is coming from heterogeneous sources. Heterogeneous sources means the data is not in a proper group. There are different groups. So next is the veracity. Veracity means the quality or the accuracy of the data. Means how whatever the data is coming from the internet, is it correct or not? We are not sure about that. So the data that is of no use. Suppose like a user, whenever we sometimes it happens, and a website asks us for any feedback form. Some people don't fill the proper correct information. So that type of data is of no use. So veracity means we need to check the data is whether the data is correct or not, and we erase that data that is of no use. We remove the values of that data that is of no use. So this is the next way. Now next is the why do we need it? What is the importance? Why do we need big data? Big data is first is the best advantage, or you can say benefit of big data is cost saving. So cost saving means it helps, it benefits the businesses to because it helps the business persons to handle data in a proper way, in a cost effective way. So Apache Hadoop is the most famous tool that is used to handle big data. Such type of data, Apache Hadoop, MapReduce, Spark. So these are all are the frameworks that we use to access to analyze that big data, and it is the one of the cost saving way to save the data. Now next is the time saving. In the same way, if the data, the Apache Hadoop is the framework that is used to handle such big data, and it is a time saving way because Apache Hadoop is a fast framework. It accesses the data in a quick way, and it take decisions in a quick way. So next is the understanding the market conditions. Big data analysis help businesses to get a better understanding of market situations, because the market is changing, the customers demand keeps on changing. So the big data comes to know what kind of trend is being followed over the internet, and in the same way it will also help to discuss about the market condition, how the market is working, how the share market is working, or all these conditions are being considered or are being evaluated by the big data. Next is the social media listening. So social media listening means it can listening means it can do sentiment analysis. What is the meaning of sentiment analysis? Like we can for example, the feedback from various from various, taking the feedback from various users, how this website about a particular thing, or you can say we share feedback forms about particular topic, or after every lecture or anything. So that in feedback means what is the we can evaluate what are the basic pros and cons of that particular thing or particular page or particular website. So we can also list that data. In the social media, suppose we also see some people like women mostly prefer to to search videos related to cooking, or they search for dresses and all. So we can we can differentiate the customers, which type of customers are using which types of websites, or are which prefer we can see they are used with the interest of the various persons in the social media listing. Basically, big data helps to analyze the customers according to their needs, according to their interest. Next is the boost customer acquisition and retention. Customers are a vital asset on which any businesses depend upon. No single business can achieve its success without building the good customers. So basically, the customer base is very important. We cannot we cannot survive in the market until unless customers are there. So it helps to boost the customers. It will lead to increase the like in the previous slide also we studied about the interest of the customer. So depending upon the market conditions and the interest of the customers, we can use those products that will help, that will make the that will help in the profiting the business. So big data is helpful in customer retention. The customers will not go away if they have the, if they are getting the products of their own interest. So this is one of the major advantage of big data. Next is the solve advertisers problem and offer marketing and insights. Big data analysis shape all the business operations. It enables customers for companies to fulfill customer expectations, as we have studied in the previous slide also, that previous point also, that it also solves the problem. If the customers are getting some problem related to any product, we can make it better. We can improve the products by some problems, by listening to the customers. So this is one of the best advantage of big data. Big data architecture. This is the basic architecture, or you can say these are the basic components of the big data. So first is the data sources. Next is the data storage. Data storage here, the data stored is for the this type of data. There are two types of the data sources, and there are two type of ingestion streams. So basically, this is a data ingestion. So what is the meaning of this? That the data is coming from various sources, and it will divided into two streams. It can in the data storage also, or the real time ingestion also. So this is what is a data storage. The data, that is any raw information that is coming from the various users, from various sources, that is it will be stored in this data storage. Next is the real-time message ingestion. Now in this real-time message ingestion, the data that is coming in from the real time, we need, suppose like a user whenever we are going to log in into our account, that any dynamic content, or that is the data that is in a real form, that is real time, the data that is in the real time ingestion, real time stream, it will be coming in the real time message ingestion. Next is the batch processing and the stream processing. So what is this batch processing and stream processing? This is basically the main workout to process the data, and then after processing, it will be stored to the analytical data store. That is used for the storing of the data, that for the permanent basis. And based on the all these evaluations or all these studies, we analyze and report the data. We create analysis and reports for the data. So basically, this is the basic components, or this is the basic architecture. We will be studying all these. So next, first of all, what is this last thing? We will be studying this. Basically, this is the backup for the big data. We will study all these in detail in the next slide. So what is data ingestion? Now, what is the data ingestion? The data that this layer is responsible for collecting all the resources, or the data that is coming from various resources will be collected in this layer, and after extracting the data, then we transfer it data to the next phase or next layer. So basically, data ingestion responsible for collecting and storing the data from various sources. Data ingestion is the also extract useful information from various sources. Now, next is the data processing. Now, data processing means collecting, cleaning and preparing the data for analysis. This layer is responsible for ensuring that the data is high quality and ready to be used in the future. Now, we first of all, in the data ingestion layer, we extract the useful information, and in the data processing layer, we clean we filter the data. in the processing, like stream processing or batch processing. In this, we we filter the data that is to be used for the future also, and the data that is not that is for no use, we will remove that type of data. Now next is the data storage. Now data storage means storing the data that can be easily accessed and analyzed. This layer is essential for ensuring that our data is accessible and available to the other layers. Now, after doing all the storage, processing and ingestion, we visualize the data, that is data visualization. So what is the meaning of data visualization? Visualization means creating the analysis or reports of the data. That was in the last component, that was the last component of the analysis and reporting. So data visualization is responsible for analyzing and reporting the data, for creating analysis and report for the particular data that we have accessed, that we have analyzed. Now, what are the components? In the previous slide also, we have studied this architecture. So first of all, first is the data source. Now, we will study all these components in detail now. So first is the data source. What is the data source? Now, data source means the data that is coming from various sources. It can be in the form of relational database. It can be in the form of social media site, can be from social media sites. It can be from stock market updates, the data from weather forecast reports. All these type of the data is, these are the sources of the data. The data, next is the data. It can be in the form of structured format. Structured means in the form of relational databases. Second, it can be in the form of unstructured format. For example, it will not follow any structure. It can be in the form of image. It can be in the form of capture. It can be in the form of text. It can be in the form of video or GIF images, etc. These are that is an unstructured data. Now, third is the data that is not that semi-structured data, the data that is not following any structure. It can be unstructured or structured data. So these are the sources of the data. Now next is the data storage. Here, data storage, whenever the data is coming from various sources, it will be stored in the data storage. So this type of data storage, we call it like in a structured format. Whenever we are going to store the data, that is known as a database. The data that is stored in a database management system, that is a database. In the same way, here if we call about in big data, we store such type of data in a big data, so huge data. So this type of data, we call it a data lake. Instead of database, we call this data as a data lake. That is it is the data that is in the form of is in the form of very large format or large size. So that is a data lake. So we can say the option for implementing this storage include, this is a Azure Data Lake store that is used for storing the data. So this type of data, that is the data that is very big in size, is stored in the Azure Data Lake or Azure storage or Apache storage. This is a data lake that stores huge amount of data. Now next is the processing of the data. So processing. Now what is data processing? Means transferring it to the next layer. So processing means cleaning the data, refining the data. We have studied in the previous slide also that what is data processing means: cleaning, processing and filtering the data for the future use, so that we can access this type of data for future. So in this processing, now this layer, that is the, now first is the data sources. Now data ingestion. Now in the data ingestion, there are two types: data storage and real-time message ingestion. So in the previously we have studied about the data lake also. Now next is the real-time message ingestion. Before that, we will study about batch processing. Now what is batch processing? Batch processing means the data, the jobs or the files that are like storing those files in a particular data lake. Then processing means we create batches for the data, and we create batch jobs, and then these are long running jobs. Whenever we need those type of jobs, or we can say whenever we need those type of batches or files, we access those files. So that is batch processing, means the data files that is of long running batch jobs. They are aggregated and prepare the data for analysis. So whenever we need those files, we access the data. Suppose we have stored, suppose we have we have 5 videos and over the internet. What will happen now? What are like we want to see which like we want to see a video of 90s, and we want to see that that what are how many viewers have liked these videos, and from the from which location the video is best viewed. So how we can see? We create the batches for the data, and then we start doing analyzing the data. So it will be in the batch processing. Now next is the real time message ingestion. Now real time means real time sources. Suppose one of the example of ATM machine, okay, then YouTube videos. These are like live videos, like YouTube live videos. So that is a real time message ingestion. So real time component, real time ingestion, real time sources of the big data. So we can say if the solution includes real time sources, the architecture must include a way to capture and store real time messages for stream processing. So real time message ingestion. Now this type of data, not the data that is from real time sources, that requires real time study of the data. So that will be stored saved in the real time message ingestion stream. And in this type of message ingestion, we access using this type of data using stream processing. We analyze the data using stream processing. Batch processing are the long running jobs, and the stream processing is used for handling the real time data, the data that is of real time. So in this, the various type of tools we use are Azure Event Hubs, Azure IoT Hubs, Kafka. These are the various tools that are used for stream processing. Now, like I have stated, discussed in the previous slide also, real-time message ingestion. The next is what is stream processing. Now, after capturing the real-time messages, the solution must process them by filtering, aggregating, and otherwise preparing the data for analysis. So the process stream of the data is written to an output stream. Basically, stream processing means, in the previously we have studied it, real-time message ingestion means real-time, whenever the real-time processing of the data is being done by the stream processing. So the data is filtered, cleaned, aggregated, and prepared for analysis in the stream processing phase, or the stream processing component. Next is the analytical data store. Now, what is analytical data store? So, after doing the analysis, after processing the data, after ingesting the data, we need to store this type of data. So, this is in the analytical data stores. Many big data solutions prepare data for analysis and then serve the processed data in a structured format that can be queried using various analytical tools. So analytical data store means this is a data store for storing the data, big data, the data store that is used for storing big data. In the same way like RDBMS or SQL, we can say in RDBMS we use SQL or Oracle to store the data, but here analytical data store is permanently storing the big data. So the data could be presented through a lower latency, NoSQL technology, the technology that doesn't require any SQL, such as HBase Interactive Hive, that provides a metadata abstraction over data files in the distributed data store. So that is an analytical data store. Now, next is after storing the data, what is analysis and reporting? So what is analysis or and report? Report means we refine the data, we analyze, after analyzing, after studying the data, we create some report, we get a review about the data. So after reviewing the data, we perform some analysis. Suppose report is being, for example, like a report is being generated about the toppers of a class. Toppers, we have created a report that what is the like overall pass percent of the class, pass percentage of the class. So we have created, we have just written down the report card of all the report of the students, that what is the suppose 10 students are there. What we have done, we have after getting the result, we have written down the report. Report means how much percentage, how much percent the student has got. So that is a report. Now we want to see that who is a topper in out of those 10 students, who is a topper. So that is an analysis. Now we have to study all the marks of all the students. That is the analysis. So analysis and reporting means after studying the data, we create reports. We have created a report, and then analysis means we study each and every part of the data. That is analysis. So we create analysis and reporting of the data after the processing the data. Now next is the orchestration. Basically, orchestration is a backup store that stores the data over on the internet, that stores a copy of the data. So what is orchestration? Most big data solutions consist of repeated data processing operations encapsulated in workflows that transform source data, move data between multiple sources, and since load the processed data into an analytical data store and push the results to report to a straight report or dashboard. To automate these workflow, we can use an orchestration technology such as Azure Data Factory, Apache. These are the frameworks, or you can say orchestration for storing the data, for creating the report. So basically that is a dashboard. You can say dashboard that handles all types of operations, or you can say it is a backup store. Suppose we have lost some data in the midway of the data analysis. What will be the next step? How we can retain that data? So we can retain that type of data from the orchestration, because it stores a copy of the data temporarily in its own database system. So that is that was all about the components of what kind of data can be considered as a big data. The data that is in the form of petabytes is a big data. Petabytes, terabytes is a big data. Now we have read about the V's of the characteristics, or five V's of the big data. That is volume, veracity, velocity, variety, value. Also there was one attribute also, one characteristics also, value. Means the value of the data also depends, is also major characteristics of the big data. Now what was the importance? Now importance of big data is very effective way. It is very cost saving way. It is time. It saves our time also. It also understands the market conditions. What is the situation of the market? What is the current market trend? It also helps in listening all getting lists about the interest of the various type of customers, various types of user. It also helps in retaining the customers. Now next we have studied about the architecture of the big data. So basically, before studying about the architecture, we have studied about the basic various phases. So first was the data ingestion phase. Now what is data ingestion? Data ingestion means the data that is being collected from various sources will be then ingested to the next layer for processing the data. Now after the processing, the data is being stored in the analytical data store. Now next is the data visualization. Now data visualization means after storing the data in the analytical data store, we analyze and create reports of the data. Now, in the architecture, we have some components. So the first was the data sources, the data that is coming from various sources in the unstructured form, structured, or the semi-structured format. Next is the data storage. The data storage means the data that is coming from various data sources have to be stored temporarily somewhere. So that we call that data storage system as a data lake, or Azure Data Lake is a framework that is used to store the data for temporary purpose. Now, next was batch processing. Now, batch processing means the jobs that are stored in the data storage, and then we filter those, we access those jobs whenever we need those types of jobs. So that is batch processing, means solving the data for the jobs that are for long time. Now, next is real time message ingestion. Now, real time message ingestion means the data that is being that the data that is having coming from real time sources, from, for example, the YouTube videos, the social media site, weather forecasting, stock market exchange. So these are all the we need the live reports of all the data. That is real time message ingestion. To handle such real time message ingestion, we use stream processing. And after processing all the data, we have to store the data temporarily somewhere, so that we store the data temporarily over the internet in the analytical data store. After the storing the data, we create analysis and report of the data we have studied, we have analyzed. Now, next is the orchestration. Orchestration is a backup store. Whenever we have mistyped any data, we store that type of data in the orchestration form. This was all about introduction of big data and its architecture. Thank you very much.